So just a sort of mock-up or quick one that I pieced together. So that's the Raspberry Pi 3 here, there, 3B. You've got a CM108 sound card here. Couple of these are like providing power. You can use one, but I've used two. One for the Raspberry Pi and one for the provides power to the Bofeng 888S, which you can buy for about £10. So that's a 70 centimeter radio. So now it doesn't matter which radio I use. If I key up here, you hear that? That's just keyed into Hubnet. Apologies Hubnet for the key. Or if I use my £500 Bofeng, oh, let's just key it without turn it up. Everything's going wrong, but anyway. Low battery. 1 sec. Okay, we've got a battery now, so if we key this one up, there's the node, and we've got some lights on the front, LEDs, that tell us what it's doing. So if we key, see that it was actually trying to send DTMF then, I must have had that turned on. Anyway, I've programmed this one. You would make adjustments to the image, a bit like Pi-Star, I suppose, so that it boots up straight to Hubnet, but you can go on to hundreds and hundreds of nodes all around the world, and it doesn't matter if it's a cheap budget radio or an expensive one, it works great. And there's a control panel called Supermon, and the one you buy off Peter, which is £140, that's a much neater job than this, and a bit smaller. I wanted it in a black box. I've got a disconnect button at the front and an external antenna. Peter's one hasn't got that. See what you think. But to make it, you just basically, it's about 3 or 4 soldering connections between the Pi and the radio. The hardest bit was making the actual CM108 sound card, and I did actually make this one here, yeah, with all these little components. But it was really fiddly, and in the end I bought another one pre-made, because that's really what does all the work. The solder joints between the Pi and the 888, they're not really a big deal. And even these little buck converters, you adjust them, you've probably seen them before, you adjust the voltage. So we need, like, let's just say it's 4 volts for the radio, and say, let's just say, I can't remember, say it's 5 volts for the Pi. You know, you can do that. You add resistors to do it, but I found just it's a lot easier to do 2 separate ones, and it works great. But yeah, your biggest problem, the reason I got all these taped up joins, is your biggest problem is you know, screening between the wires and making sure you don't get this feedback noise, which at the moment, believe it or not, as it is in that mess, isn't doing it. So cheers, 7-3.